I've been able to help my students and clients manifest 4, 5, 6, and even all the way up to the 7-figure level. And I've done that through working with people one-on-one, through coaching, from group coaching, and even people have been able to make significant amounts of money just from my free content on the internet. So one of my students was able to manifest $125,000 in 60 days. And I want to share with you exactly what she did so that you can do the same too and begin manifesting a whole bunch of money in your life.
A couple of weeks ago, I put up a post stating that I received $125,000 in unexpected money.
So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is trapped emotions. Emotions that are trapped in your body, keeping you at a lower vibrational frequency. Now, in my videos in the past, I've talked about you can manifest from a low vibrational frequency. You can manifest being negative. You don't have to be positive to manifest. But please understand that once you raise your level of consciousness, once you raise your vibration, you're able to tap into the infinite potentials and just choose the reality that you want to be in. And sometimes, or oftentimes, our emotions that are trapped and lodged in our body are holding us back from creating or manifesting, co-creating the success that we want in our lives. So one of the biggest challenges or biggest emotions that I see people face is trauma. I work with many clients and I know the law of attraction community is mostly all positive and positive thinking and positive vibes and all of this stuff. But when you speak to people every single day and you're doing group coaching calls and you've spoken to thousands of people all around the world, you'll realize the amount of crap that people are going through trying to override with positive thinking their negative self or their lower self or the traumas that they've been through in their lives. And they're trying to escape that. They're trying to raise their vibration because the law of attraction community says to raise your vibration. And everybody's ignoring the truth of our reality. And many people are ignoring, pushing away, suppressing their past. And what we don't realize is that our past is memory. It's in our body, just like the trapped emotions are in our body. It's data, it's there. And this data is going to be a part of your frequency. And you get your frequency. It's like, why do I keep on attracting the same relationship over again, right? Why do I keep on getting to the money or getting close to the money and then the opportunity goes away? Why is it that I have to work 10 times harder than the next person and then I don't even get similar results? I get less results. Why is that? What's going on? What is it about me? Now, we might think that our traumas have no effect on us anymore. Maybe it's like way in the past and they say time heals all, but I gotta say that this is far from the truth. It will show up and manifest in different ways, whether that is manifesting the wrong people into your life, or it could be just as little as procrastination. You're not taking action on the things that you want to take action on because there's a trauma underneath preventing you from moving forward. Trauma is deep, and trauma is often looked at as, oh, I went to war and like I suffered some big thing. No, trauma doesn't have to be something like that. Trauma could have been, like for me, myself, my mom dropped me off at nursery when I was obviously younger, and that was traumatic to me, right? That was traumatizing that she left me. I didn't know what was happening. Obviously, maybe at the time I couldn't interpret what was going on, but it was highly traumatic to me. There was a time where I got lost in the park with my friend. That was highly traumatic to me. And it really affected things like procrastination in my life and things of this nature. And so what we've got to realize is that our emotional system is very powerful and it can dictate the results that we experience in our lives in terms of manifesting, but also our ability to move into action or allow action to move into us and be able to co-create our reality. And so one of the first things that I help people do in my Awaken program is to release the energy and emotions and traumas around the heart, right? And I'm talking about your physical heart here. I'm not talking about the heart chakra. The heart, lo and behold, has 40,000 neurons. The heart is its own brain. It literally has its own memory separate from the brain. The heart has its own intelligence. And what we've got to realize is that when we go through stuff, when we experience hardship, breakup, divorces, challenges in our lives, what happens is it gets lodged in the heart, and now the heart is not operating the way that it should in terms of manifesting and the law of attraction and things of this nature. And so what's supposed to happen is our duality or our ego is supposed to be utilized to then protect the heart. The heart is the feminine, the brain is the masculine. They work together, and in fact, the heart communicates with the brain more than the brain communicates with the heart. Tell me something about that, right? Let me rewind, okay? The heart speaks to the brain more than the brain speaks to the heart. So what is that all about? The heart is the truth. And we've got to realize that when we heal our hearts, we heal our entire lives. And so one of the first things I do in my Awaken program is I teach people how to heal their hearts. If you want to practice right now, what you can begin to do is feel the things that you've been through in your past and allow those feelings to be there completely, right? You want to be with them and allow them to play completely. Now, sometimes this can take a few minutes, sometimes it can take a few hours, sometimes a few days, weeks, sometimes months before this emotion goes away and dissipates from your body, by allowing the emotion to play, depending on what the trauma is and how far lodged it is in your body. But the key is to sit with the memories, sit with the emotions, sit with the trauma, sit with the past, and allow it to process, allow it to transmute, allow it to be there without restricting onto it, without grabbing onto it, without trying to control it, without wanting it to go away, without doing any suppression, pushing, or anything like that. Just letting it exist. You may find that your throat is grabbing onto your heart. I know that sounds a little bit weird, but it's like there's a part of you grabbing on to the heart or the emotion or whatever it is and trying to restrict it, trying to push it away, and like, no, that's our immediate reptilian brain response, is that no, like, stop, I don't want to feel this. And what we've got to do is allow that part of us to calm down and relax and allow the emotion to play out, allow the emotion to be there, allow you to fully experience it. And as you do that, you will begin to release that emotion. Now, I do have a process in my Awaken program where we are instantly able to release those particular emotions very, very rapidly and essentially instantly raising your core vibration and radically transforming your life by healing your heart. So that's the first thing we did with my client who manifested $125,000. The next thing that we did is we applied afformations. I'm going to repeat that again. Afformations. It's AFFNORM. Normations. Affirmations. Affirmations are statements where you say what you want is normal, where you desire what you want as normal. And this is something that I designed and created myself. I just want to let you know, for the people in the back, right, who are trying to steal my idea here, it is what it is. Affirmations go like this. It's normal for me to be successful. It's normal for me to make $125,000. It's normal for me to travel all over the world. It's normal for me to be in a loving, healthy, and romantic relationship. It's normal for me to smile. It's normal for me to feel free. It's normal for me to experience states of enlightenment and peace and joy and love. It's normal for me to be in a natural state of constant gratitude. It's normal for me to experience large sums of money flowing into my life now. It's normal for me to be a successful entrepreneur. It's normal for me to be able to communicate and articulate my emotions with other people. It's normal for me to find my tribe. Whatever it is, you just start off the sentence with, it's normal for me. And the reason we're saying it's normal for me is because you want to make what you want normal. If you make what you want on a pedestal, something important, something big, something large, then you're putting it away from yourself. You are giving power to the matrix. You're giving power to the illusion, and you want to bring back the power to yourself. You never ever want to put something above you or below you. Everything in this reality, despite what we say with the ego, is equal. Right? The ego thinks there's, $1 million, and in $1, there's a difference between $1 million and $1. But in non-duality, in enlightenment, in isness, they're just existing, they're just energy. And what we've got to understand is we want to make everything that we want natural, normal, and familiar and safe to the subconscious mind. Once it's natural, normal, and safe and familiar to the subconscious mind, it can manifest itself. If it's a big deal, if you put in your mind that $1 million is a big deal, or $125,000 in this case is a big deal, then I'm afraid it's going to continually be in a big deal and something that's going to be far-fetched and hard to reach. But that's the illusion of the ego. Nothing is hard to reach. Everything is within reach. Everything is yours now. Everything just is. And so it's normal for me to be successful. It's normal for me to travel all over the world. Comment your affirmations below. I want to see some of your affirmations. The third thing that we did with this client of mine that made $125,000 is bringing into awareness that abundance is not external. We can use external things in nature to recognize abundance and tap into the energy. So if you imagine the billions, trillions of blades of grass on a soccer field, football field, whatever, damn, it's This is a lot of blades of grass, right? And this is how Mother Nature functions. It functions in abundance. And what we want to do is get congruent with abundance. We want to tap into nature. We want to tap into the truth. We want to tap into that infinite nature. We want to tap into realizing that abundance is always there. Only the mind says that there is lack. Okay. Now, in our physical reality, we experience lack. We experience challenging situations, and this creates the narrative and story that there is lack. And what we don't realize is that we've been taught lack, and people have created the monetary system which creates more lack, and we are essentially suffering not being humans, right? Humans as in H-U-E man, human, light being. And being a light being, being an infinite light being, and realizing the abundance is always there is the key. That non-duality implies that we are separate from abundance, but actually no, it's not something that you have to gain. It's something that you have to realize. It's something that you have to remember. It's already there. You have to go beyond duality, go beyond the mind, tap into infinite intelligence, tap into the infinite field, tap into God, and have the realization of all the abundance that exists right now where you stand. You don't have to get or gain it. If you imply that you have to get or gain it, you will consistently have to get or gain it. If you step into the realization that abundance is already who I am, it just is. It's not a thing. It's not out there. It's not money that I have to go for. I'm all of that now. You don't need to manifest anymore. You are operating and praying consistently because that is who you are, right? You don't need to pray. You don't need to intend. You don't need to manifest. You just need to choose abundance time, right? I am abundance. And you don't even need to say I am abundance, right? It's just abundance, just is. And operating from that frequency, stepping into that energy completely and living your life is key. What I mean by living your life is like, stop focusing on trying to manifest the money. Stop focused on the goals. Stop trying to make stuff happen. Live your life. Be free. Enjoy life. You're here. You don't know when you're going to pass, right? You don't know when you're going to have your croaking experience. Live life fully. Like, ask yourself, what is the highest timeline I can live in right now? What's the highest vibrational thing I can do right now? What's the highest vibrational thing I can be right now? Okay? And do that. Follow that. Listen to that. Have that guide you. Have that energy show you where to go. And listen. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? You're supposed to listen more than you talk. You're supposed to listen more than you take action. What we can do is we can let action take us. We can listen and listen to the information that's coming through us, and we can move through life in the highest timeline, in the what's the most highest vibrational thing I can do right now, and keep on listening to that frequency and being in it and enjoying it and basking in it. And as you begin to do that more, you become more free from the matrix, from the illusion, from the Maya, from the devil, from the state of separation. The devil is the state of separation. It's the illusion. And when I say the devil, I don't mean bad, because people think the devil is bad. But in actuality, I don't want to dive too deep into it, but God essentially is not good. God is not bad. God just is. We see God as good because we're operating from duality and polarity. But essentially, God just is. So in no part of that did I say that she's going to focus on manifesting money, that she's going to focus on manifesting money. So in no part of that are we necessarily becoming attached to the matrix. It's almost like we're becoming less attached to the matrix and becoming more free in the more of a state of abundance. And through being in that state and detaching from the pendulums of life, from the pendulums of the matrix, we realize ourselves, we remember, and once we remember, it's game over. So if you would like to continue this journey with me, there's going to be a link in the description where you can join my Awaken program, where I share all of this stuff and much, much more. We have weekly calls and we all have a lot of fun. It's a powerful community and we're all coming together to create much, much power in this reality. Much love.